Hello, bonjour, Alberta. Did you know that at least 238,000 people speak Français in Alberta? And those numbers just keep on growing? Oui, oui, c'est vrai, it's true. And thanks to Shaw TV Community Access Programming, we get to reach out to everyone to let you know all about special people, places, events, and activities happening right here in this great province, in both English and en français. That's right, mes amis. We begin the first part of our program in English, and then we repeat it en français. So stay with us. Restez à l'écoute.
Welcome and bienvenue to Hello, Bonjour, Alberta. I'm Marc Lalonde. Here we are in the 11th season of Hello, Bonjour, 2016, and we continue to recognize the 60th anniversary of the twinning of the cities of Quebec City and Calgary. In this episode, we're going to talk with representatives of an organization that everybody in the city of Calgary anyway knows, the Drop-In and Rehab Center of Calgary. We have with us Debbie Newman, the Executive Director, and Natalie Ross, the all-purpose volunteer, special projects, all kinds of things. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. To start off, let's find out a little bit about each of you. Let's start with you, Debbie. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? What did you learn? And how did your life lead you to this exalted position?
Well, some people would say I came from the center of the universe, which would be Toronto. I grew up in a small town called Mississauga, where I spent a good 28 years of my life. Went to school at Ryerson University. I studied social work. And I had a number of jobs with government during my time in the city of Toronto and the city of Mississauga. And I met the love of my life, who was from Calgary. And this is how I ended up here. I have two wonderful sons. My oldest turned 25 last week, and my youngest will be 23 in 22 days.
Okay, and you've been in Calgary for quite a while then, have you?
I have. I consider myself a true Calgarian. The only part that I've left behind is my love for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
So you're saying you've left that behind, or
oh no,
you still
no,
have that?
No. Usually during the hockey season, you'll see Toronto Maple Leaf flags hanging from my office.
Oh, yes, I see. You probably get some ribbing for that.
A lot.
A fair bit. Okay. And I guess having trained in social work, you naturally would come to an organization like the Drop-In Center.
My entry into the Drop-In Center was quite unique. I was working for the provincial government when I first came to Calgary, and part of my work was going into a nonprofit organization to do employment training, income assistance, and the Drop-In Center was one of those places.
Oh, okay.
So I got to know the staff, the executive director at the time, Dermot Baldwin, and fell in love with the company, the clients that were there, and I made the jump from government to nonprofit.
When something opened up, yes, I see. Great. Well, thank you. And Natalie?
Yes. Well, I'm born and raised in New Brunswick, a small town of Bathurst. I lived there till I finished high school, and then I moved to Calgary. And
why did you do that?
Why would I do that? It seemed like the right thing to do at the time. And looking back, it was probably the best thing that I could have done. There's not much volunteering to do back home, so naturally when I was introduced to go serve a meal at the Drop-In Center, I said, sure, why not? And I signed up to do the volunteer training, and I met the love of my life there. My husband works for the drop-in center, and because of that connection, I volunteer all the time for all kinds of different things. And we've brought in our daughter to do the same. So when she was in my belly and in diapers, and now she's 8 years old and still volunteers on a regular basis.
Participate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Quite the story, quite the family it sounds like you've got there happening.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about the Drop-In and Rehab Center. It has quite a history. This is not a Johnny-come-lately operation.
No.
It's been around for a long time, hasn't it?
It's been around as long as I have, 55 years. We became incorporated as a nonprofit organization back in 1961.
61.
So 55 years as of April of this past year.
So you tell everyone 1961 was a good year, right?
It was an excellent year for many things. And obviously the organization has grown tremendously during the time. It was started by 3 priests who saw a need to have a welcome and friendship center. So it started as a very small operation which invited people from the community, people that wanted company to play cards, have a cup of coffee. And through the years, the need grew to look at extending hours, creating shelter for individuals who were homeless. And today, we serve 1,200 people on a nightly basis that we sleep. We serve 3,000 meals a day with the support of many volunteers. And we provide a wide range of other programs, from medical services to employment training, to getting people a job, to inviting other agencies in to provide services like acupuncture, health services. We have visiting doctors that come from other organizations. So we're addressing the need, and we're looking at what services can complement in serving that need.
It sounds like it's developing all the time.
It is.
I guess as executive director, that's your job, isn't it?
Absolutely.
To channel all these things and make them happen. I did spend a bit of time on the DI website. A lot of things there, but I'm interested in hearing a bit about your favorite aspects and some of the events that go on and that sort of thing. What do you like that goes on at the drop-in center? Natalie?
8 years ago, 8, 9, well maybe 10 years ago, Mark and I started doing the Christmas wish list for the drop-in center. The first year we didn't even know it was going on. There was just a lot of donations with bows that came in, and I had to step in and find out why this stuff was coming in. And then from there, we developed it into having a website and inviting people to sit with the clients and do interviews and learn about them, to have volunteers put the stories on the website and have the general public read the stories, go shopping, put their special touch on a present, bring it to the drop-in, and then on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, we end up having the clients come up and get a nice gift. And it's a very personal and heartfelt project. It's my favorite.
Sounds pretty special.
It is.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet. Can you pick one or a few?
Well, we had a very special day yesterday, and that was acknowledging all of the volunteers that donate so much of their time and energy in making the drop-in center a place that that we feel is a home and a community to everyone. It was very clear. We had close to 400 people yesterday, and it's an opportunity for us to celebrate and acknowledge the hard work that is done. So we give out awards to individuals. Sometimes it's a community group, and it's a beautiful statue that is given to a volunteer or group, and we have different categories. I gave out an award for earned leadership, and it was to a very special person that's been donating her time and energy for many years. Her name is Les Cooper. Les worked in the oil and gas industry, did a lot of fundraising for the drop-in center, coordinated meals, and was a part of Christmas Wish. So we really value, we wouldn't, you know, when you attach a dollar value even to the amount of hours that is done in one given year, hundreds, millions of dollars. In addition, not just to outside volunteers, but to the clients that stay at the drop-in center.
And contribute also.
Several hundred thousand hours were given to us last year by the people that walk through the doors, that stay with us for a period of time. They also give back. There's an accountability that happens, and I think that's something that may be foreign to people in the community.
Yes.
They don't know how much time and effort is given by the people that come to us for services.
Wow, yes, and of course that's all part of the program and building self-esteem and getting people back involved in the community and all of those things. So how many people are involved in the drop-in center in a given year? Can you give me a rough number?
Well,
thousands?
Absolutely. It changes, but we have a steady stream of people that come week after week, month after month. We have service groups, we have the Boy Scouts, the Kiwanis Club, the Rotary.
Wow.
We have the Daughters of the Empire, all the oil and gas companies in the city, in addition to employees from Shaw that come and donate their time. So on any given year, we may be looking at close to 10 or 11,000 different volunteers that walk through our doors, who give not just time, but also they address the needs of the organization. We don't always have enough dollars to provide things like hygiene supplies, soap, personal
donations.
Anything that you have in your house, we will accept as a donation.
I was looking at the funding model. You get about half your funding roughly from the province, and the rest of it has to be raised in other ways. I understand you have an example here of some of the things that are made and the proceeds are provided.
Well, this actually was given to me by a wonderful lady who puts on a golf tournament every year for individuals who have cancer. She also donates her time and energy to the drop-in center in many different ways, but it's looking at how we can provide support to other causes.
Okay.
So Golfing in the Pink happens every year.
Okay.
It brings together some fine ladies from the community, and we raise money for cancer.
Fantastic. So anyone looking to contribute, either financially or with goods or volunteer, can go to the website. There's also another website that we'll show our viewers for a fundraising effort, an album that was put together. Sorry, we're already out of time. We could just go on for I don't know how long. So I thank you so much for joining us today. We've been talking to Debbie Newman, the Executive Director, and Natalie Ross, who's a volunteer at the Calgary Drop-In and Rehab Center. Stay with us. On continue en français.